a popular tool for all types of job seekers. The third thing that you must focus on as you create your portfolio and your resume is a good description of what you offer to an Who are you? The portfolio is evolving into a popular tool for all types of job seekers. The third thing that you must focus on as you create your portfolio and your resume is a good description of what you offer to an employer. Describe yourself, what you are good at, and what you want are very important steps to consider. What are your strengths and skills? What is your ideal job for the time being? Research the open and hidden job market indicates that I must consider things such as competences and qualities that must be added to my resume. Creating a resume helps you to stand out of the crowd is not an easy task. The process of creating a resume can help you to remember the great things you have done and you might have forgotten. Writing a resume can remind you of important contributions that you have made and even can help you to see your career in a completely different light. The best resumes are a result of learning the resume writing process and allowing yourself the room to really create. This careful construction will make your resume really stand out. And here are a few guidelines to help you to demonstrate who you are in the resume. Use each verb only once. Tell the truth and keep industry jargons to the minimum. Most strong resumes are composed of short, punchy statements. Use common words to communicate quickly and effectively. You can skip pronouns like I, you, he, she, and they, and articles like a and the to keep your statement fresh and save space. Now, try to rewrite your top 5 skills as an exercise. My portfolio, my resume, my CV is my passport. Get the job I need. So it has to be done in a professional manner that reflects the job I work in, the tasks I handle, and the market I'm aiming or the market I already worked in. So to write it professionally, I should add my education, qualification, my work experience, my occupation. So keep it precise, keep it punctual, and keep it professional. Before submitting my CV, I have to review it to make sure of the following. I should write in short sentence. I should use action verb. I should add photo if requested. I should have a professional email The font has to be clear. If I'm using jargons of my industry, I should write the explanation of this jargon to eliminate any sort of misunderstanding, and it should be nicely balanced in the printing and in a layout to be professional and not to be just a loud CV that it might be distracting. My portfolio, my resume, my CV is my passport, is my card to get the job I need. So it has to be done in a professional manner that reflects the job I work in, the tasks I handle, and the market I'm aiming or the market I already worked in. So to write it professionally, I should add my education, qualification, my work experience, my occupation. So keep it short, keep it precise, keep it punctual, and keep it professional. The content of a professional CV. A professional CV should include personal information, objective statement, which is the personal profile statement, achievements, education, work experience, courses, skills, personal skills such as communication skills, language skills, and computer skills, etc., activities, and of course, references. Read this exercise and answer the questions. There are some points that I should consider not to include it in the CV. Number one, I should not include any photo unless requested. I should not include my salary. I should not include the reason why I left my previous job. I should not include the references. I just write references furnished upon request. In some countries, some sort of personal information like the gender, the address are not allowed to be included. So I should check the background of the company I'm presenting my CV to. And of course, I should not write a CV at the top page of the CV because we already know it's a resume. So you just start with your name and your professional email and mobile. Personal information. Don't write the word personal information. Write your personal information in the middle of the page. Start by writing your personal information in this sequence. Your name in bold, the address, including the street, the town, the city, and the country, the telephone number, the landline number, the mobile number, and a professional email. Like this exercise. Check here what makes this CV ineffective. The objective statement. Other names for the objective statement is professional objectives, resume capsule, career goals, etc. This statement composed of 1 to 3 lines summarizing your CV and interests. It helps the employer, a position which can enhance my knowledge and skills. In the objective statement, I should cover the qualification like creative, dynamic, energetic, highly motivated, hard worker, fast learner, talented and highly skilled, cooperative, well-trained, initiative, ambitious, enthusiastic, and passionate. All are examples of qualification and strong words. Job status, such as fresh graduate or a student or a professional, etc. Read the following objective statement and decide whether they are right or not. The achievements, activities, and awards. State what you achieved and proud of that can help the employer to have a good impression about you. Example, participated in charity activities, awarded golden medal in sports, landed by making marketing group project at your university, scored high. Education, list all degrees in reverse chronological order from recent to past. List the dates and the name of the institution. Mention your honors. It's preferable to state your graduation grade. Here are some examples of education. Work experience. Write the work experience in reverse chronological order from recent to past. State the company name. State the working period. The work experience for fresh grads should include volunteering work experience, where you state your volunteer work experience if you don't have any professional work experience or internship to write. If you have a work experience and you did any volunteer work, write it in the achievement or activities. Examples of volunteering work experience: organize many activities at XYZ University Student Union, or serve it as a buddy for children during the medical treatment at XYZ program. Qualifications. The qualifications section is an optional part of your CV and should contain list of your professional training courses and or qualifications. For example, key courses like Principal Banking Certificate by the EBI at September 2014, Advanced Accounting course at ABC Institute, Microsoft Office Certificate from ABC University. Personal skills. In the skills section, you should add a list of your key skills and abilities that will enable you to do the advertised job well. Remember, only include skills that are relevant, transferable, and add value to your application. A very important point to be mentioned in the CV is the skills. The skills are 4 points that we should never miss. The first one is the personal skill. I should write all the personal skills that I find compatible in myself and are projecting in my job to reflect professionalism and competency. Number 2, the languages. I should list the languages that I talk, read, and comprehend, and the level of my proficiency in them. Number 3, the computer skills, which programs I use and how professional I am, and which programs I'm learning, if it's really positive and will. The fourth point is the interests and hobbies. It's very important to mention your interests and hobbies in the CV, and it gives a personalized touch in your CV and gives an image of you to the interviewer, how you use your time and how you benefit from it. One of the very important items to be included in the CV that are furnished upon request is references. References is the list of people that the interviewer or the hiring company refer to for background check. So you have to make sure that you choose the right references to refer to with the right names, titles, email address, and telephone to make sure that you communicate with the interviewer and the hiring company the correct data so they can make a successful background check. There are some tips that should be considered in writing CVs. Keep the paragraphs short, not more than 5 lines. Whenever there is something that includes points, keep it bulleted so it will be easier for the eye to catch. Try to use an action verb in the beginning of each sentence, and each sentence should not exceed 15 words. Have the CV template professional and is compatible to the job you are applying for. Should be a tailored fit CV rather than a template that is used blindly for all jobs you are applying for. So having a special tailored CV that is compatible to the job you are applying for is the key success factor to be accepted in the job of your dreams. To search for the job of your dream in the target market, you have to keep in mind: number 1, to know the qualifications of the job, to know about the job itself and its requirements, to get to read about the vacancies in the newspaper and the relevant website. Try to understand what the employer seeks to have this qualification implanted and to be written in your CV. And good luck. How to send the CV through an email. Few steps has to be followed. Number 1, don't you ever forget to mention the title in the subject line. Keep the message focused, short, and readable. Write the email in a formal way. Don't use caps lock while typing all the email. Mention the attached CV in the email. Say why you are sending your CV. Write the reason that convinced the employer to call you for an interview. Ask for the interviewer feedback. Thank the employer and attach your CV. How to manage the call for an interview. First, you have to greet the person calling and welcome him or her. Choose a positive attitude so it could be reflected on your voice. Ask the person calling about the time and location of an interview. Whom will I be able to meet? What is the person's job title? What type of an interview, whether it's one-to-one or a panel or whatever? What is the contact number that I can get back in case of facing any emergency? Before going to an interview, there are some tips that we have to follow. Number 1, making a research about the company for the interview. Number 2, reviewing the job description. Number 3, using the STAR method to list the history of my CV and to be prepared. Number 4, having the reference check updated and ready. Number 5, have list of SMART questions. These questions that you prepare before going the interview about the company, about questions you need to understand about the job, the perception of the employer about this job, his expectations about the performance, how important this job is in the organizational chart, and your career path for this job, and what is your contribution to be like. There are some tips to be considered during the interview. Plan your interview attire the night before. Bring copies of your resume and a notebook and a pen. Plan your schedule so that you can arrive 10 to 15 minutes early. Make a great first impression. Don't forget the little things. Shine your shoes. Make sure your nails are trimmed and clean and tidy. Clean your clothes from holes, stains, pet hair, and loose threads. Treat everyone you encounter with respect. Practice good manner and positive body language. Win them over with your authenticity and positivity. Respond truthfully to all questions you've been asked. Tie your answers back to your skills and accomplishment. Keep your answers concise and focused. Your time with each interviewer is limited, so be mindful of rambling. Don't speak negatively about your previous employers. Companies want to hire problem solvers who overcome tough situations. If you are feeling discouraged about your current job, focus on talking about what experience you gain from this exposure and what you want to do next. As an interviewee, you might go through a one-to-one interview where you are sitting with the interviewer, just one interviewer, and he's asking you the questions and discussing with you the CV. Or it might be a panel interview where you will meet many representatives from the company at the same time. They are sitting together and asking you about your background, CV, and your expectations and job-related questions. Or there may be a role play or a scenario interview where you are asked to make a demo as if you are working inside the company, and they are giving you real life situation and you are supposed to answer and give a solution. Or a case interview where you as an interviewee will receive a case to answer, so they measure your understanding to the case, how to answer it, and it will give a reflection to your capabilities and your competences. Sometimes in some CVs there are some gaps where there is a period of time between moving from one job to another. It might be short or long that you are not employed. In some cases, these job gaps are easily to comprehend and to explain, like getting married, staying home to take care of the kids, traveling, being laid off, or the company is facing a downsizing, so I have to leave the company. So in this case, it's precise, punctual, and to the point. In some other cases, the work gaps is very hard to explain. For example, in being imprisoned, or job jumping, or staying long time in absence leave and then being back to work. In this case, the interviewee has to be precise, punctual, to the point, and it's better to mention the real situation so he will gain trust, credibility with the interviewer. Sometimes the interview is not enough to decide whether the interviewee is suitable enough to be hired or not. So to make sure, the hiring company prefers that the interviewee goes for pre-employment testing. This pre-employment testing tests the following: the language. There is a technical test to make sure that the interviewee have all the competencies required to be hired for a job, and the EQ and the psychometric test like the MBTI and the DICE, and they are very important to have the psychometric analysis and to make sure of the job fit and the cultural fit of the interviewee to be hired and acquire the job. Here are some tips for a successful job hunt. Number one, you have to read about different industries to acquire more knowledge. Try to do some extracurricular activities to give you some sort of broadened scope and to enrich your knowledge. Try to attend the recruitment events. It will help you to get encountered with other companies, other industries, and to be updated with the market requirements and the skills and the qualifications you need to be updated and to hunt a job of your dream.